Awal. Ina lang ako ngalan. Sige lang.
The overhead's down. We got to move Ray's Cody. Back it up.
Pardon me, pardon me.
Now, still down in front. iPhone guy, down in front.
Sisi.
That's better, Luke. Now, Luke, hit him on the light. It's coming out of that box.
You like this straight? But you rather go with this. I'm more meant the side angle. On the live stream, like prefer it to be like.
Ikaw na. Hindi ko kaya naman sa dito
They're gonna move right a little closer.
Good, Luke. Much better. One of you guys plugged in with a bad XLR. One of these. It's coming out of the box because maybe so, well, whoever plugged in with one XLR. Take the plug. If you want to unplug it, one and see what happens. Plug it there now with the push the button.
Hello? Okay lang. Okay lang kita. Pinunada kita. Kasi kami naman sila. Okay, oh.
Pwede pala na. Oh, sige. Ikaw kaya ikaw kaya ang gulo.
Kami naman sila.
Sige, sige. Kasi abla.
Donaire Gaballo. Kaya na.
Are you guys all online? No. Oh, we're just going to DSLR? Yeah. Switch it from like the line of that.
Oh, that's even worse.
No, you won't hear anything, but you might. Still hear remote?
Should we try a different,
Oh, bino.
oh, they're all fine.
You know what? Try the first input. Maybe you can bypass all the other ones. Excited ka ba sa laban ni Sir? The only thing I can say is power.
Ayan.
Wait, hi.
Napanisig content total na boxing.
Oo, maskin on din. Uy! Update.
A very good afternoon and welcome to the Hyatt here in Los Angeles. As we are very excited for a big night of Showtime Championship Boxing this Saturday night from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, a venue that is legendary for producing action-packed fights. We go live on Saturday night of Showtime Championship Boxing at 10 Eastern, 10 Pacific time. We have a sensational triple header, but before we get to live action, we have been on a tremendous run when it comes to the Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime. We will show you the encore of the tremendous lightweight championship showdown between Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz that happened this past Sunday at nearby Staples Center here in Los Angeles. Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime continues to deliver action-packed fight of the year candidates. We had a tremendous fight between Stephen Fulton and Brandon Figueroa a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas, followed up with Sunday's lightweight clash, Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz. And now we continue with another week of action as we go ahead and have Nonito Donaire, the WBC Bantamweight Champion of the world, as he defends his championship against a fellow Filipino, the interim champion, Reymart Gaballo. Saturday night's event is presented by Ray Flores. It's a privilege to be with all of you. Again, that is AXS.com. And for those of you all over the country, 10 Eastern, 10 Pacific time on Showtime Championship Boxing. Let's take a look at our triple header, our live action that comes away this Saturday from what I like to call the War Grounds in Carson. We will start off the evening. We'll put his skills to the test. Juan Geraldes. Then we'll match up with two unbeaten fighters.
Bitis 5 lang, di ko 50 kaya.
As he goes against Canadian Cody Crowley. And then as I mentioned in our main event, it'll be Nonito Donaire putting his WBC Bantamweight crown on the line against Reymart Gaballo. What's interesting about this show is that 4 of the 6 fighters are undefeated, so we continue to provide high-risk matchups and exciting ones. Let's go ahead and talk with the fighters as we go ahead. I'm going to ask them questions, and then I will open it up to the medium. I will start off with Juan Geraldes, who has a record of 16 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Las Vegas, he holds win over Jose Miguel Borrego and Eddie Ramirez. Now, for you, Juan, you are coming off of a loss at the hands of Regis Prograis last Halloween. That was in San Antonio on the undercard of Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz on Showtime pay-per-view. What did you learn in that fight?
I learned just prepare better, just don't rely on my skills and my talent, just physically prepare myself.
Now, you changed trainers from what I gather. You now are led by your amateur trainer, Gilberto Martinez. Why did you decide to make that change?
Because I need a coach that has a plan, a game plan, and a method to the madness that we have to put ourselves through to train and get the best out of us.
Now, Brandon Lee has been wiping out his opponents. He's a knockout artist, but where do you feel you have the advantages over Lee?
We're going to find out on Saturday. Honestly, I really haven't watched the video. I know his box record is what it is, but we won't see Saturday.
All right, that is Juan Geraldes, ladies and gentlemen, and now we move on to Brandon Lee, 23-0, 21 knockouts from La Quinta, California, 14 straight wins by either knockout or TKO. Brandon, will it be 15 straight against Juan Geraldes on Saturday night?
I'm going to win, so and do what I do.
Do you feel any additional pressure knowing from the public that
No, not at all. Like I said, I told everybody out, I'm going there, I do what I do. It doesn't matter if I can knock out or win. I'm willing to win and come tonight 24.
when I examine your record, I think it's quickly, are you of the mindset that at some point, maybe even this fight, that you want to? Juan, you're the underdog coming into this fight against Brandon Lee.
I've been record or whatever,
How do you see the fight playing out on Saturday? One.
Where I'm supposed to be going, and with my skills, my talent, speed and power, and my everything.
Do you think we're going back because the fight that stands out to me when it comes to your career is the win over Jose Miguel Borrego? He was a power puncher. He was coming up in the ranks. Do you think that we're going to sort of get that kind of performance against?
Prepare myself physically, mentally, all around. Yeah.
Brandon, when it comes to Juan Geraldes, how would you assess him as a professional? He obviously has a record of 16-1-1. You know, he's been in there against some quality names, but how would you assess Juan Geraldes?
He's a good boxer, good speed, light on his feet, and you know, definitely my best opponent today.
And how do you see the fight going down on Saturday?
I can't predict the future, but the one thing I can predict, you know, me winning.
All right, Brandon Lee, ladies and gentlemen, Juan Geraldes, that'll begin our live portion on Saturday night from Dignity House Sports Park in Carson. Now we will move on to a matchup between two unbeaten welterweights, Cody Crowley out of Canada against Kudratilo Abdukukarov. I will start off with Kudratilo Abdukukarov, we actually have Samson Lukowitz, who I didn't even know this. I know he is one of the best talent scouts for boxing in the business, but he actually speaks 7 languages. So he will be translating for the Uzbekistan fighter. And when it comes to Kudratilo, he's 18-0 with 10 knockouts. You've been the mandatory challenger for the IBF Welterweight Championship of the World, currently held by Errol Spence since March of 2019. Do you think the win over Crowley on Saturday on Showtime Championship Boxing will finally give you enough of a push to finally get that title shot that you so covet?
With my Samsung, this my promotion they helped me because there's no good talk English. You know.
Whether that will help him out if he answer this question.
Well, I know for the past. Go ahead, Samson. Do you have anything more to add? Oh, he wants me to repeat the question. You've been the mandatory challenger for the IBF Welterweight Championship for over 2 years, going on 3 years now. Do you think a win over Crowley gets you to that title shot?
Yeah, I mean this IBF Eliminator fight. Then I want to fight this the dollar session. Chinese troll and I got like
Definitely, I will win this fight, and then after 3 years, I deserve a shot to be a champion.
Now, I know for the past 5 weeks you've been working with Manny Robles, who used to train the likes of Andy Ruiz, former heavyweight champion of the world, also super welterweight contender Terrell Gausha. Oh, how much have you learned working with Manny and his entire team?
Ben Ravis Murabiyazdan juda ko'p ishlardik. Ben jangimizga juda ham ko'p gollar o'tkazib, jangga yaxshi tayyorlandik.
Rolly is a great trainer. I learned a lot, and I will show that on Saturday night.
You fought 2 straight southpaws in Javier Flores and Luis Colazo. Crowley will be your 3rd straight southpaw. Do you feel that that benefits you because it's not often that a fighter goes head-to-head against 3 straight southpaws in their career?
Ben şu jangimizin doğrusuna knockout bilan chiroyli g'alabaga erishib, yo'lga olsa shu Errol Spence bilan IBF Championship jangiga chiqaman inshaalloh.
Two southpaw is good. The third one, I will knock him out, and then I will knock Spencer out.
You're saying you're going to knock out Errol Spence? Yeah. I don't need translation on that. My goodness. Okay, Kudratilo Abdukukarov. Well, let's meet that will be standing straight from him. 19-0, 9 knockouts from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Cody, when you hear Kudratilo say he's going to knock you out, and then he's going to go on and knock out Errol Spence, do you think that he's overlooking you?
First thing I want to say is, Mom, look who's on TV now. Shout out to my family back home in Canada. Getting back to your question, you know, I got offered this fight back in April. I was on vacation. I was in the mountains. I was just chilling. I accepted this fight 5 weeks notice. Signed a contract that had been questioning it. Next thing you know, this guy backs out. A couple months later, the same thing. Now we're finally here. I have a feeling that they're just looking over me. They don't really know what I'm capable of doing. There's a reason why I've been in the ring with, 20 plus world champions. People outside the boxing ring, they don't know who I am, but everybody inside the boxing scene knows who I am and what I'm capable of. And he's 100% overlooking me, mentioning Earl Spence's name. Come Saturday night, this guy's gonna find himself in waters that he can't quite swim in. I survive in environments where most people get destroyed. So Saturday night, someone better throw this man some water wings.
Oh, Samson, what is his response to, sort of summarizing that he feels you guys are overlooking him and he's going to take you and drop you in those deep waters? What's his response?
He said that he has no sympathy for them. Don't put any excuse. I will knock you out anyway.
Cody says he'll knock you out anyway. What do you want to do to him on Saturday night on Showtime Championship Boxing?
All you gotta do is see who's standing in the center of the ring when the time the bell rings and who's running around till the bell stops.
Now you're coming off of, you're supposed to fight Gabriel today back in August, but you came down with COVID. The one thing, we see different fighters and athletes respond in different ways to responding and returning action from dealing with that deadly disease. But how are you feeling physically heading into this fight on Saturday?
I'm feeling fantastic, healthy. I'm a world-class athlete. This is the level I'm supposed to be on. There's a reason why people can't keep up with me in the ring. There's a reason why they can't keep up with my punch count is because I am just a machine. And I have a feeling that this Cudratello on Saturday night is going to find out that maybe it's not a human in front of him, it's a machine, because this dude's just not stopping him.
Do you think that he is ranked #1 right now in the IBF rankings? He's the contender, the #1 contender. He's been that way for over 2 years to Errol Spence's IBF welterweight crown. Do you think a win for you puts you in that conversation into that top 5 ranking where you can clamor for a world title shot?
100%. I've been waiting for this opportunity. This is where I belong. This is where I live. This is where I thrive. I feel at home right now. So a win over Cudratello puts me exactly where I already know I am. I already am a world champion in my head. The world just doesn't know it yet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Crowley, Kudratilo Abdul-Kukurov, both men say they are going to make a statement against one another on Saturday night. That is our co-main event on Showtime Championship Boxing. Now we move on to our main event of the evening for the WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World from Dignity Health Sports Park in nearby Carson. I will start off with the interim WBC champion from General Santos, Philippines. His record 24 wins, no losses, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Reymart, the Assassin Gaballo. Reymart, you grew up watching Nonito Donaire. What does it mean for you to be fighting the Filipino Clash for the Bantamweight Championship of the World on Saturday night?
It's an honor to fight with my idols, and I'm so excited to.
In your last fight, you were victorious over former world champion Emmanuel Rodriguez by split decision. What did you learn in that fight that you feel will benefit you against Donaire on Saturday?
Like when I look at my last fight, I need to improve my head movement and some. I need to throw some more punches.
All right, Reymart Gaballo, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get back to him, but now I want to bring up a man who is Been there, done that many times over again. A 4th Division World Champion. He was the 2012 Fighter of the Year. Involved in the 2019 Fight of the Year against Naoya Inoue. Coming up, we're back on May 29th, knocked out Nonito Donaire to become the oldest bantamweight champion in history. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bohol, Philippines, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it gives me great honor and pleasure to welcome the WBC bantamweight champion of the world, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. Nonito, with everything that you've accomplished in your career, why do you decide to continue to fight at this high level? What motivates the Filipino Flash at 39 years of age?
I think for me, after the Inoue fight, I was brought about a purpose, you know. After becoming Fighter of the Year, I was going up and down, kind of floating in fights. But after that fight, I felt that I can do this. And I think the purpose in me, and this is why I came in really strong with Gaballo, and very confident today, is because I have a purpose, you know, and that purpose is becoming undisputed champion of the world.
So with that being said, you are taking on a fellow Filipino in Reymart Gaballo. You haven't fought a fellow Filipino since we have to go back November 2nd, 2002. Nearly 20 years, he fought Mark Sales. What does it mean for you to be stepping inside the ring against somebody who's 14 years younger than you, but he's 24-0, 20 knockouts, he's very hungry, he's got a big power shot, and he's looking to go ahead and sort of dethrone his idol?
Well, for me, I'm actually, first and foremost, I'm proud that there's another Filipino, you know, like the Mexicans have done throughout the years, you know, where they're fighting in this level. And for me, I'm actually proud that there is another Filipino at this type of level, you know, in this type of stage, to be sharing this ring with me, and I'm proud of that. You know, I know that is very, he has a big dream. Like everybody coming from the Philippines, we have a dream. You know, he has a dream, and I know that he will be at his best, and this is why I'm prepared at my best as well.
Reymart, in a recent interview, you said.
It's not just the left hook that he needs to look out for. I also like other arsenals that are that should look out for.
Unbelievable. Stretch talking to yourself. My final few questions for Reymart. You're 14 years younger than Nonito Donaire. Is it advantageous for you to push the pace knowing that he is going to have 20 knockouts of his 24 victories? Do you think that your experience is going to play a factor in the fight, and how do you plan on combating the power that he has?
Well, I've faced a lot of guys like Inoue, Darshinian, and you know, even Walters, and all these powerful guys, and the thing about being experienced is we have no fear of it. And so therefore we're mainly focused on our strategy and the variety of style that comes forward in my head, that I can take advantage of his style. Ultimately, just 100% ready. We build on mental fortitude, so that whatever the case happens, we're always going to push through adversity and be ready, because I believe that we are only as strong as our mind can be. And so I know that I'm 100% because my mind is to the roof, or to the moon.
I love it. Reymart, my final question to you. What would a win over Nonito Donaire, when Jimmy Lennon Jr. were to say, and the new WBC bantamweight champion of the world, mean to you on Saturday night? What would that moment mean to you to become the new world champion if you were to defeat Nonito Donaire?
I'm super happy because of my for my to win
he's saying that it's you know, it gives a great pleasure and happiness because it's what he's been looking for all his life to be an national champion.
Nonito, you've been very vocal about the respect between the two. How much does it mean for you to sort of be sharing the ring with the guy who looked up to you, and the fact that you don't have to trash talk, you translated for him, for crying out loud. So he's given his predictions, but what does this mean for you as you sort of are on the latter stages of your career?
You know, I mean, I'm just here and enjoying that moment of whatever I have in this career. I mean, I wake up in the morning and I'm excited. Every day I'm excited. I'm in the gym. I feel like I'm 21 and I feel like I can do this for another 10 years.
Another 10 years? Wait a minute, you're going to fight till you're 50?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, all
Where's
these guys.
Rachel at? Is Rachel okay with that fighting?
Well, it depends on the queen, right? It depends on the queen where my life stands. You know, I'm just each day I take it, each fight I take it, and I'm just grateful for every moment of it. You know, and I love the fact that, and I want to bring it all out there, that this is a gentleman's sport. You know, and I believe that it gives a lot of credibility to a fighter when he can speak to somebody with respect, with sportsmanship. You know, and that's what I bring out there, is to inspire people that it's not about being on top and talking crap about other people. Yes, there's things like that, and that's okay. It's part of the game. But I believe that a greater man is when he can look into his opponent's eyes and shake hands with them and go for the kill when they're in the ring. You know, at the end of it all, it's a sport, it's a game, it's a career. You know, and again, everybody's different, has their own perspective. For me, my perspective is, I love the sport of boxing. It's what given me everything that I have, and I'm going to represent it to the best of my ability with respect, with honor, and integrity.
You talk about unification. Assuming all goes well, you're victorious over Reymart Gaballo on Saturday in Showtime Championship Boxing at Dignity House.
You said you for him, so you gotta say.
Okay, so assuming that Jimmy Lennon says and still, you know, the WBC Bantamweight Champion of the world, as you look at unification when it comes to Naoya Inoue, that was in Japan. That was an amazing fight. Or also, man, you talked about respect. There's been some trash talk with, you know, on the side of John Real Casimero. He owns the WBO Bantamweight Championship. Where do you lean towards? Is that next for you, assuming that all goes according to plan, and Jim Lennon says, and still WBC Bantamweight Champion of the world?
The very key, and I will always say this, the guy that I truly trust in this game is Richard Schaefer, and I'm always going to leave it up to him.
So it's up to Richard Schaefer and your promotional team to go ahead and dictate as to what's next for Nonito Donaire.
But I'm going to go after all of you.
Okay, so in order, Donaire, or not Donaire, but Inoue or, you know, Casimero, who would you want?
Well, they both have the belt that I'm looking for, but again, whatever's easier, and I'm going to leave it up to Richard, because Richard knows how to make fights.
All right, now we're going to open it up to questions from the media. If you have questions for the fighters up here, by all means, raise your hand and ask your questions.
Hi, this question is for Nonito. Miguel Maravilla from Fight News. Nonito, you fought numerous times at Carson, StubHub Center, Home Depot Center, now it's the Daisy House Sports Park. There's been lots of memorable fights. Now you're fighting a fellow Filipino. Why is this fight going to be memorable in the same way as sort of memorable fights?
For me, it just shows where my experience and the level of my performance is going to be on this fight. But I am really proud that there are two Filipinos fighting, you know, in this stage. So yeah, ultimately that's my case. Why it's memorable for me. But the performance that I intend to showcase on Saturday is also going to be noteworthy.
More questions from the media?
This question is for Brandon. I know we're looking down the line, but say you do come out victorious, is 2022 going to be the campaign year for one of the title shots?
I do this. I'm 23 years old, and by the end of 2022, my team and I, you know, Cameron down here, and my team will get together and we'll discuss that.
This is from the fighter.com. Questions for Raymond Gaballo. Raymond, how do you approach this fight knowing that Nonito is an attitude and at the same time he's an older fighter? You obviously have respect for him, but how are you approaching this fight naturally?
Gaballo. Philippine. Mark. Goal. Coach Ting.
We can talk too much then, but I will do my best for you. Buhatan na ako na akong binubuhat sa training para mag-overcome sa dulo.
He said that he will do everything that they have done during training in preparation for this fight so that he will fight very well and go for the win.
Mohammed Mubarak with the Electronic Urban Report. My question is for Cody Crowley. You have a very impressive ring record, and could you tell us what did it take you to go on this journey to this point in your life, and what does it mean to have wins?
It took a lot of sacrifice. You know, I'm from a super small town in Canada where boxing doesn't really exist. And from a small age, I had this burning desire inside of me to become something great. And all I really had was 2 fists and a beating heart. And I put all of that, everything I had to the test, made the sacrifices I need to make, moved to Las Vegas, put myself in the best possible environment to be successful, got the best trainer in the game, surrounded myself with the right people, the right world champions to guide me in the sport, and as you can see, my record stands for it, 19-0. If you want to go to the scorecards, you can see that in the 150-something rounds I boxed, I don't think I've even lost 1 round. All that comes from this crazy work ethic that I put in the gym every single day, because when I wake up, ever since I was a young kid, I said that I'll become a world champion. And I go to sleep knowing that I'll become a world champion. So really, at the end of the day, this comes down to sacrifice. And look, now I'm on Showtime. You know, I put in the work, I sacrificed what I need to. Now I'm on live TV. A small kid from a small town doing big city things. So, a message out there to anybody in the world: you can do whatever you put your mind to. It doesn't matter how big the competition is. It doesn't matter. They say they're going to knock you out. You know, I go against, and I stand in front of any walls that stand in front of me, and I plan on breaking through it. That's what I've done my whole life. Keep climbing over walls, keep climbing over obstacles.
And Cody, to my knowledge, you haven't lost a round since, what, April 2016, am I correct on that?
Possibly. I don't think I've ever lost a round. That's probably one of the judges giving it to another guy, you know, maybe with no sorry for him. But I personally believe that I outwork my opponent every single round. I'm throwing 100+ punches around for 12 rounds straight. So when you see Cody Crowley in the ring, you're going to see an action-packed fight. A lot of this game that I've been seeing lately is people are so scared to lose. People are so scared to risk things that a lot of these fights get boring. And when I'm in that ring, I put all on the line. I'm not scared to lose. I'm not scared to get knocked out. I'm here to fight. I'm here to entertain. This is what the people who have went and saved up their hard-earned money are expecting. They're expecting you to go out there and lay your life on the line. And that's what I do every time I step in the ring. And I do it for all the people that support us. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
All right, quickly, I want to go around before we let these guys go. Prediction time. I'll start off with Juan Geraldes. Juan, Saturday night, your prediction, sir?
I predict a win. Just a nice win. We will be, I guess, going to be surprised, but we will be.
Brandon Lee, your prediction on Showtime Championship Boxing as you take on Juan Geraldes.
24-0, sir.
All right, co-main event, Cody Crowley, Kudratilo Abdukukurov. Cody, your prediction?
I'm predicting an action-packed fight with my hand being raised at the end. really don't see it going to the scorecards.
You're saying you're gonna knock him out?
I don't see it going to the scorecards.
Okay. All right. Kudratilo Abdulbukarov, undefeated, ranked number 1 by the IBF at 147. Your prediction against Cody Crowley?
Bu boks shunaqa jang bo'lib, shunaqa ko'rsatganlarida bo'lsa, uni chiroyli jang ko'rsatib, Alloh taolo.
He said that he will win, he will knock him out, he never lost a round because the competition that he has. It's no competition compared to him.
So the key word in that fight, 10 rounds or less. Key emphasis on less. Someone is likely being put to sleep in our co-main event. Now our main event, the WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World. 2 Filipino fighters going at it first. The interim WBC Bantamweight Champion, Reymart Gaballo. Your prediction against Nonito Donaire?
Nindot na dula, nindot niya yung dula among mapakita sa kanan din. Ikaw ang madakudaw ko ang dula.
He is predicting that it will be a very good fight, and he will do the best he can to win this fight.
I love the respect being shown by Reymart Gaballo. Nonito Donaire, the oldest bantamweight champion in history, the reigning WBC bantamweight champion of the world. How do you see your fight playing out against Reymart Gaballo?
Reymart is a really good fighter, but we're very, very confident. And the only thing that I have in my head is that I got bigger fish to fry, bigger fish to fish, to go after. And like he said, if he do his